Well, hello and welcome back to the Tao Manifesting Tarot. This is the tarot reading for serious people. Not just tarot people, but serious people. Now, I've done tarot for over 20 years, and in that time I have found that tarot really does not predict anything. Not with any regularity, dependability, consistency. It just doesn't. And over the 20 years, I've found out why. That is not the purpose of tarot. I know we like to think that that's the case because we're always looking for simplistic answers. I voted for this person. I don't have to think anymore about government. They'll take charge. They'll take control and everything will be wonderful. And then we act shocked and surprised when you find out they're imperfect human beings just like everybody else. Some actually are full-fledged assholes trying to hurt you. There are no single answers to anything in life. I'll say virtually. There may be an exception. For example, if you have a solid set of principles, values, core values, those usually withstand the test of time. But removed from that, everything's in flux. Everything's in change. That's the way of things. So when it comes to tarot, I have determined for myself that tarot is the science of potential. It is very focal oriented on you. I don't know if that's correct, focal oriented. It's very much oriented on the individual. That's why it's the science of potential. You got, as you see here, and I've set this screen up for you intentionally this way. It is boring. It is meant to be. I want you to focus. I want you to be able to close your eyes, listen, because when you do that, you make pictures. When you make pictures in your head, your imagination is kicked into gear. That means you're closer to manifesting. By the way, we all manifest every single day, but the way we are programmed, we tend to manifest negatively. Now, I don't want this to happen. No, I don't want to meet this person. No, I don't want. No, I don't. And invariably, it happens. Not every time, but a lot. And the reason is we're manifesting, but in a negative way. So I'm trying to, in a very specific way, with tarot as the basis, focus your attention. Again, you can close your eyes and get a cup of coffee. You can make yourself a sandwich. You can still listen. You're still making the pictures. That's the point of this, to activate your imagination. I do not want to distract you. I'm an old guy. I'm not attractive. There's no point in putting my face there for my ego on the screen. That's crazy. And to put action on the screen, while it is attractive to you on some level, what it does is distract you. I remember hearing a couple days ago, and for some time, this car company talking about one of their cars. And this gal is getting into the car. She says, I got to do this. I got to go here. Got to do this. Got to do this. Got to do this. Shuts the door and she goes, but you know, sometimes it's best just to do nothing, to have peace and quiet. And every time I hear that commercial, I think to myself, well, that's the plan. They want to keep your ass so busy that you're ragged. Because at that point, you're distracted. Oh, I got to go to my yoga class. Oh, I got to do this. Oh, I got to do... You're chasing your tail. You're no better than a hamster in a cage. And you're too damn stupid to figure it out. They keep you active, distracted, so you're not aware. And so that being the case, they can manipulate you any way they want to manipulate, and boy, do they ever. So I want to eliminate this with my tarot readings. This is what you're seeing on the screen. 4 tarot cards, 1 card in the middle kind of setting the tone. And then starting to unfold the message, aiming at you resonating with the frequency on the screen. That's the activity for the moment. Now, when it comes to resonating with the frequency, if I put 10 people in a room, 9 of the 10 won't resonate. They may enjoy the reading, They may gain information and insight, but it doesn't resonate. One, maybe two people will resonate. For those people, you feel that connection, it's a green light, you go. Don't think about it, just go. Go on faith. That's the door opening, the universe opening for you. Life is fate, or as John Lennon of the Beatles once put it, life is what happens while you're busy doing other things. I believe in my heart, and it's taken me a while to get here, we have a destiny. Each of us different destiny. And we have to work with that energy, that frequency, to make a connection with our spirit. So that's what this is ultimately here to do, to help you to manifest a life that resonates with your spirit. Now, as part of some of the other things that I do on this, I broaden it because I've done tarot for 20 years. I've done astrology for 50, that's 50, and numerology for 50. Those are the science of prediction, because those are the science of cycles. Now, can you predict a specific event? Most of the time, no. That's not important. What's important is that you understand the cycle that we are in. And at this point, we're in a profound cycle. We're seeing all of the major planets from Jupiter all the way to Pluto changing signs this year. All of them. And coincidentally, they're all going to work in a very favorable connection. Does that mean that everything's going to turn out good? No. It just means that the energy can flow. We have Aquarius, Aries, Gemini all involved. Okay, for those who know astrology, you understand the connection there. 6 planets, Aquarius, Aries, Gemini. Profound, heavy-duty energy change. You can feel it now. You can see it now. Just so happens that we've just come out of a lunar eclipse period. We got a Mercury retrograde, Venus retrograde. What you're feeling right now is likely misleading. Not in every case. There may be some insights for a few. But for the most part, you're not seeing the whole picture. You don't have the big picture. So don't make a decision between now and maybe the beginning of May. Let things sort themselves out. Let Mercury go direct. Let Venus go direct. Let the energy of the eclipse kind of play itself out a little bit. And by May, you probably have a pretty good feel for what's going on. But at this point, it's dazed and confused. That's where we're at. And so because of that, now we take the energy from the manifesting, the tarot, and see if we can't match you up with the frequency, because that may be the very thing that breaks the cosmic logjam for you, so to speak. And you may not notice it right away. It may take a few weeks. It may take you to the middle of April, end of April, 1st of May, to kind of figure it all out. But this will be the start. So let's get into it together, you and I. The Tao Manifesting Tarot. Oh, by the way, everybody reminds me to remind you, please like, subscribe, and share. Like, subscribe, and share. That's important for the algorithm. It's important for the internet. So please like and subscribe. Share if you feel so inclined. Let's get to it. Middle card, Oracle card. It sets the mood. The card is Community. Always kind of a nice thing because it gives you a sense of belonging. One of the things that is missing in modern society is connection. And I think it was planned to do that by the people who are trying to control the world right now. This has been a long-term situation. This has been literally going on, and we'll get into it sometime with the astrology, for several hundred years. It's been a very slow, evolving plan to separate us from ourselves, but first from others, then ourselves. Because if they can separate us from others, it's easier to separate us from ourselves, and when we separate from ourselves, we separate from our spirit. We lose our identity, we lose our purpose, we lose our direction. That is exactly what they want. Because then they have complete control, and they're not far away, frankly. So the idea of community is really, really, really important. We're feeling that now, although because we have been separated enough, not only socially, but in terms of technology. Computers and this whole technology thing has really separated us from one another. And if you look at ancient traditions, every age had a purpose in the tribe, we'll call it. You know, the young people, the kids, they were being kids and they were learning and so on and so forth. Then you got the adults who kind of established the foundation, continued the civilization. The old people, they had their role to play. Everybody was a valuable member of the community. We don't have that anymore. And so that's what we're talking about here. Community. The number up in the right-hand corner is 8. 8 is manifestation, but it also is what goes around comes around. Think of the figure 8. What goes around comes around. Karma. We have lost our spirit connection with others and ourselves. We've lost community. Here's the meme for today. I feel like I should want more, but I don't. I want less. Less stuff, less rushing, less stress, less noise. I want simplicity. Sounds like they want peace. But again, the whole idea of this whole plan is to distract you from everything, everybody, including yourself. So, you got to get more, bigger house, more car, got to, spend money, stay in debt, hey, we got you controlled. As opposed to going, you know what? Stop. I want the stuff money can't buy. I want peace, I want happiness, I want joy, I want friends, I want love, because you can't buy friends or love. You can't even really rent them. Really. So that's what it boils down to. We've lost connection with spirit. Let's go all the way to the left. We have the Six of Swords. Swords are thoughts, ideas, belief. The Six of Swords talks about passage. Moving forward, getting away from the current pain. And you see this couple in a boat. You see the 6 swords. These are the values. These are the things that they hold to be true. They've earned them, and now that they have them, they're leaving. They're going to some place else. They are looking for connection. And they're using the 6 swords, the 6 truths, to build their new life. The next card is the Knight of Cups. It's in reverse. Cups are emotional connections. Knights always bring gifts. But in reverse, gift has not arrived, or at least it is not perceived to have arrived. The idea of loving yourself, the idea of making that spirit connection with yourself so you can connect with others. The idea of wanting less because all it does is get in the way of you making the truest connection of your life with yourself. Next card over, it's the High Priestess. Talks about intuition, higher power, wisdom, the subconscious mind. And it's in reverse. So these last 2 cards, most especially, where we had the Knight of Cups and the proverbial High Priestess in reverse, tells me we're in this energy of the Mercury retrograde, Venus retrograde. And even I would toss in just because the lunar eclipse. Things are not clear right now. It's almost like somebody threw a rock or a pebble into a pond and you're seeing the ripples. But you're not seeing anything else. You just have the ripples. And so there's an element of confusion, which means at this point, to attempt to make that spirit reconnection, you need your intuition. You need to trust what you're feeling, not what you're seeing, not what you're hearing. That is all meant to distract you. Listen to you. And the final card that we have here, my second favorite card in the tarot deck, is the Sun card. Talks about illumination, clarity. Clarity. That's what's coming. And what makes it difficult, anytime that you have an eclipse period and you have two of the minor planets, Mercury and Venus, in retrograde, you don't know your ass from a hole in the ground. At this point, you're desperate to give me an answer, give me a vision, let me see. And it's not happening. Now, part of that is because of the fact that you and everybody else is not connected to their spirit. Connected to your computer, connected to artificial intelligence, but disconnected from your spiritual intelligence. That's why you're lost. Desperately looking for help, for guidance, that bright light way down, way down at the end of the tunnel. But you're having a tough time. That's okay. When you have Mercury retrograde, Venus retrograde, you are reevaluating what you think, what your value system is. Take your time. Make that spirit connection. Recalibrate your thinking. Recalibrate your value system. By the time we get to the end of April, maybe 1st of May, we get out of this energy, you'll see things pop. But don't look for instant answers right now. Because the odds are, whatever pops up is not real. That's why you need some time. But your goal is to reconnect with your spirit, to have community. That's the manifested reading for today. Back again tomorrow with another. I hope you join me. I look forward to us getting together every time we can. But between now and the next time we do have a chance to get together and do tarot, manifest tarot, peace and blessings.